The small family restaurant was unusually quiet that evening, its warm lights casting a soft glow across wooden tables. Single dad Ethan Cole had brought his 8-year-old daughter, Lily, for their usual Friday dinner tradition. They sat near the window, laughing softly as Lily talked about school. Everything felt peaceful, until the door slammed open. Two aggressive men walked in, their voices loud, their posture threatening. They moved toward a young woman sitting alone near the counter, clearly frightened as they cornered her. Customers froze in place, unsure whether to intervene or stay silent. The restaurant's cozy atmosphere instantly shifted into fear and tense uncertainty. The woman pleaded quietly for them to leave her alone, but the taller attacker grabbed her wrist, pulling her from her seat. She winced in pain, trying to pull free. Waiters hesitated, scared of making things worse. Ethan watched carefully, instinctively shifting Lily behind him to keep her safe. His expression changed from concern to determination. He stood up calmly, whispering to Lily to stay under the table. She nodded, trusting her father without question. Ethan approached the attackers slowly, moving with quiet confidence. His voice was steady as he asked them to step away from the woman. They turned and laughed, mocking him for intervening. One attacker smirked and shoved Ethan's shoulder. The other warned him to mind his business. But Ethan didn't budge. His calmness only irritated them. The taller man swung a punch, intending to knock him down easily. But in one fluid motion, Ethan dodged, grabbed his wrist, and twisted it behind his back. The man collapsed with a cry. The second attacker lunged forward, but Ethan moved with surprising speed. With a precise step and well-placed strike, he knocked the man off balance. Within seconds, both attackers were on the floor, groaning in pain. The entire restaurant watched in stunned silence. Ethan's movements were smooth, almost too smooth for an ordinary citizen. The woman stumbled back, breathing heavily but unharmed. Ethan nodded gently toward her, reassuring her she was safe. The restaurant staff scrambled to call the police as customers stared at the single dad who had just neutralized two men with almost effortless control. Lily peeked from beneath the table, her eyes wide with pride. 15 seconds. That's all it took, 15 seconds for the entire situation to change. When police arrived and restrained the attackers, one officer recognized Ethan immediately. He whispered something to his partner, who straightened, suddenly respectful. Word spread quickly among the bystanders as they listened. Ethan Cole wasn't just an ordinary father. He was a former Navy specialist, trained in hand-to-hand combat, rescue operations, and crisis intervention. His skills came from years of disciplined service, though he rarely spoke about that part of his life. To him, being a father mattered more than past achievements. The young woman, still shaken, approached Ethan with gratitude. She explained that the attackers had followed her from the parking lot after she refused their advances earlier. She had rushed into the restaurant hoping for safety but hadn't expected anyone to step in. Ethan reassured her gently, reminding her nothing that happened was her fault. Lily ran to her father, wrapping her arms around his waist. Ethan knelt, making sure she was okay. She told him she wasn't scared, she knew he would protect everyone. Her innocence softened the intensity of the moment, bringing warmth back into the restaurant. Customers applauded quietly, admiration replacing fear. The restaurant owner thanked Ethan, offering their dinners free of charge, but he politely declined. He didn't want recognition or rewards. He only wanted to show his daughter that doing the right thing mattered, even when it was dangerous. Standing up for others was simply who he was. Police officers gathered statements while the attackers were taken away in handcuffs. Several customers captured the incident on their phones, impressed by Ethan's calm control and precise defense techniques. Some asked if he taught self-defense or martial arts. He smiled sheepishly, saying he preferred spending his time with Lily. As the crowd settled, the woman asked if she could keep in touch, wanting to properly thank him later. Ethan smiled kindly but modestly told her no thanks were necessary. He simply hoped she felt safe again. She nodded, visibly moved, knowing someone had stepped in when no one else dared. Later, as Lily and Ethan drove home, she leaned against him and whispered that she wanted to be brave like him someday. Ethan smiled softly, telling her bravery wasn't about fighting, it was about protecting what was right and caring for people who couldn't defend themselves. She listened intently, believing every word. That night, Ethan tucked Lily into bed, reflecting on the unexpected events. He had left the Navy to build a quieter life, but the instinct to protect never left him. He realized that even without a uniform, he could still make a difference whenever life demanded courage. The story quickly spread beyond the restaurant, becoming a viral tale of courage. But Ethan didn't care about the attention. He cared about Lily's safety, the woman he protected, and the reminder that even in everyday places, heroes still existed, quiet ones who stepped up when fear silenced everyone else.